Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. As you can see, we did hot garbage on offense. You saw that one match on video in the most recent episode, and then I played another match where I apparently overlooked some stats I was buffing, I believe, and so things went downhill when I tried to bait the dancer. Needless to say, there was a Gale Force Eloid, so if you don't bait the dancer correctly, things happen. But I don't think it was going to be a good match anyways, because I was derping around still. Double dancer shenanigans. But here this week, I forgot to show the team actually. So I decided this week to just completely meme. It's so bad. Completely meme by giving Quick Impulse onto this Bramon, so he actually gets turn 1 Astra. And because Freed was bonus in his win season, I'm like, why the heck not? Let's just slap on Death Blow. Even though Sturdy Blow is just infinitely better, as you'll see why. It would have been better in general, but here we see the arts of the Astra come into play, because even though Dimitri has way more than 10 defense over Bramamon does not care when he has Astra, and so he's just going to completely obliterate, and yeah. As much of a meme Astra is, it's actually pretty solid at tackling damage reduction if you can do enough damage, and well, a common problem with Astra is a lot of people have Milla, and she kind of comes with sabotage attack, so he loses 7 attack if he doesn't get danced, and things go downhill real quick. But not sure if this person felt things out or whatever, but definitely not sure what they were up to with their setup. I mean, it works out for them. They end up baiting here and using dominance, and as you'll see, we got some heavy debuffs here, but it doesn't matter because Bramamon out of 10 when your minus attack feels bad. Seems minus attack, man. Bolt Tower goes off for very little, and news sets hit end turn like this. And honestly, they really shouldn't have done this, because Chrom gets debuffed, sure, and he has no follow-up, so he doesn't actually care about Creed's effect. But of course the problem is, well, it turns out that Chrom doesn't actually kill, which is kind of a problem. Just a small problem, and so that allows Creed to pick up the kill of Moonbow, which is super awkward. And well, Bramamon's is going after Hannah, so he's not gonna get danced by Sylvia, but it doesn't matter. And well, here's why the defense is a meme. There's no coverage against a strong blue unit, specifically male Robin, because he also has Raven Tome, so it's just free real estate for this person. There's literally no reason they should lose here, especially with Milla. Like, if there wasn't Milla, then you could possibly sabotage yourself by getting one of your other units sniped off, but it's literally free real estate. And they even have Bolt Tower and Column 2 is a very hard tech against specific defenses, and because I'm not hard teching against that hard tech, and we have this Garbo layout, Seliph can go ahead and be below 50% HP, which allows them to 1-round KO, and they also pick up the kill there. And well, Astra does hot garbage damage if you can't do any damage, so don't really have much to worry about there, and it's GG. Nothing much to say here. They can just take out Freed. They don't one-shots, but because memes. It's a completely unmerged Freed, but he is plus attack, which is cool, I guess. Don't really use him outside of arena assaults, but that's pretty standard nowadays. maybe someday in the very distant future we will get refines for old legendary heroes, because quite a few of them are definitely lacking in some strength. And here we get another interesting match, which is just another example of why I don't particularly think that the damage reduction carry units people use on offense are necessarily overpowered, because they have their own problems, and as you'll see here, that definitely comes into play. Again, the column 3 bolt tower, very standard, but I don't really care in my usual setup, because usually Seliph is not in range of column 3 bolt tower, but I decided to do it this week, because why the heck not. And here we have Merida doing her thing, just heavy debuffs across the board, but you know, always going to be outspeeding all of my units by more than 10, so there's that going for us. And of course, Pulse Smoke means we got new specials, feels bad, and that's the main problem with Seliph, to be honest, is that when people bait like this, and also just keep in mind that Spurn barely allowed Merida to pick up the kill there. But Reed's on the run, and really the play here was to not do this at all. I don't know why they did this, to be honest. There's no reason for Merida to be baiting here. As you'll see, it's a mistake, but they could have just baited Seliph, and Reed was going to overextend, so Sylvia can never dance the guy unless he somehow intentionally only moves 2 spaces, which is never going to happen. So the fact that Merida doesn't kill is just a classic example of these kind of carries. They just don't have as much. They can tank stuff, but they can't necessarily kill stuff. And when you don't kill, bad things can happen. And well, the rest of their team is kind of within range of Reed's attack or movement, so you can just snipe off a unit. When in reality, if everyone was just attacking Merida, it would have been a free win for them, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. They definitely did not need to bait there, though. I'm not sure why. Because again, with Reed bonus, it's just HP memes. That's pretty much it. Because he gets more attack from the Bramons, not like he gets any more bulk. And of course he's bonus right now, so that helps out, but yeah, this week was pretty sad on offense. There's a lot of easy matches, and then there was the matches where it's like, yeah, we're not winning with Deathless, and we're probably not even just winning the match without like going ultra ham on stuff. So they say to hit end turn like this, and I mean it works out for them here. Creed doesn't get doubled, but he doesn't kill again. And well, no one's going to 1-round KO Seliph on a good day, so I mean, I don't know what they were expecting. You have to do quite a bit of damage. It is possible to 1-round KO Seliph when he's at full HP, but you need to do a lot of damage, and most units can't do that for this particular instance. And well, we have Astra Bramamon lurking, ready to meme, and as usual, Seliph can't one-shot anything in vantage range. And Reed's coming to town, attacking, and again, because Brave Edelgard doesn't reduce the damage from her first attack, it's pretty bad for her. And Astra overkilling like usual. It's such a meme, but I mean, it works. If he gets it off, that's the problem. That's why I decided to give Quick Impulse to him to see what would happen if I were to, you know, actually have some kill power here. This team is quite strange, but I mean, it makes sense. It's just that pretty sure Brave Lucina is literally only here for being a smite bot. So also, zero idea why they went in turn 1 like this. I know Duo Lin has the duo skill, but their play here just doesn't really make much sense. they get the quad here and stuff. The problem is, well, Creed exists, and there's a reason why I put him there. It's that no matter where he goes, he's going to get danced if you don't have isolation, and well, it's just an easy clap. And unfortunately, because how the AI works, he was always going to attack air over Lin because, well, more HP out of 10. They go for the bolt trap, presumably because they couldn't kill Creed, and so if I didn't have it there, like, there's no reason for me to have the real bolt trap actually on the map. It's just there if people want to have some free damage, and it works out for them there. Not entirely sure what they would have done if that bolt trap wasn't real, but yeah, that's how it goes. They decided to not pick up the other ether structure. Interesting maneuver. Maybe they didn't need it because this was towards the end of the season anyways. But we got 1 kill, so it's better than none. And we go again with the Astra shenanigans. Bramamon did so much work this season by doing absolutely nothing but sitting around. Pretty typical Bramamon, but here again, a lot of people like to put their bolt tower on column 4, and that's why my max level catapult is on column 4. And for this team in particular, Kronia really needs that chip damage on all the units in range. And unfortunately, they're not going to get it. So Kronia is not going to be able to do anything here. And as you'll see very quickly, things don't go very well on turn 3 when they decide to use their duo skill. They just straight up surrender because Kronia can't one-shot Bramamon. Even though no one's buffing his defense, it's literally just him. With, what is that, 39, 44, 51. Overall defense bulk, and of course there's low attack res. So Kronia here only actually has 44 attack, so that's kind of a small wait, is that 44 attack? No, 49, because of course they're weapons, so super awkward. And of course, because Bramamon's running Astra, he actually one-shots on the counter, so it's not like you can even double to pick up the kill. And even if all that worked out, still questionable whether Kronia would actually sweep. She probably would, to be honest. Probably just snipe off the healing tower and have everyone else back off. But yeah, no one can help Kronia take out this particular Bramamon, so it's just GG to that play. Pretty sure going on the left side would have been better. But yeah, Astra just being a meme this week. Literally the only... This is one of the only... It just so happened that I got nils so that I could do this triple infantry pull setup and get the meme turn 1 Astra. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's so stupid, but it works. That's the only reason why I do it. But yeah, it's pretty terrible if someone's prepared for range threats, and because of the extreme red overlap, there's very little blue coverage on this team. Kind of surprised I didn't see as many Brave Hectors this week. Would have expected to see 1 or 2, but I don't recall seeing any, which is interesting. And well, now that Freya is a thing, I do expect some people to be using her on offense eventually. Not sure how she's going to fare against this team because, again, Astra is going to do quite a bit. So res is not amazing, and she can't really bump up her HP that much. But yeah, that's pretty much why that heavy trap is real. No surprise there. And so they go in for the attack, but they don't have pulse smoke, and a bunch of frail units are in range. So Astra galore. Of course, Bramamon actually wasn't killing Selena with Astra because her res is pretty decent. And she had decent HP stats, so it kind of just translates. But yeah, it's just meme fest. Definitely, I'm definitely trying to figure out how to make this general setup better. The main problem is this Milla existing, so even if I have double dancers, the fact that both of them can't avoid Milla's turn wheel just causes problems. But it's like, even if one of them could dodge it, they would just isolate the other one, so kinda need both dancers to not be able to be isolated by the budget ones, at least. If it's a maxed out plus 10 plus defense one with, you know, Fortress Defense Res and Fortress Defense Seal, or I could care less about that, but yeah, these defense stats aren't even going to create a minus defense Milla, so yeah. Not sure about their choice of flyer formation and aerobatic seal, but I mean, it works. And kind of a similar theme again, Brandmon is just chilling with Astra. It's so stupid. But it just works because a lot of units do not have a sufficiently high enough res to make Astra not worthwhile. A lot of units aren't even going to around 70 HP. And so if you really think about it, Brandmon, to get pretty consistent kills, he just has to do about 30 base damage. And assuming, you know, sabotage attack is not a thing, with this guy in particular having up to 69 attack and then low attack res, it's kind of feasible for him to get a decent amount of damage in. But yeah, the damage reduction carries that have HP and whatnot, they're obviously going to survive. It's just there so we can actually chunk some damage into them. But they don't even... Brandmon doesn't even attack first because he dies, so... There's a lot of things to be desired there, but yeah, on offense, because we lost that double match and we also lost a match at reset, a single match. We just didn't have enough ether for match 16, so we're not even in top 10k, but that should be expected at this lift amount during light season, so that's nothing in particular mind-blowing. Did a bit better on defense than I expected, but it was theoretically, if I actually won my double match and stuff that I lost, probably would have got into the minus 100 or minus 120 that I expected. That's how it's gonna go. But interval 21 for resonant battles, pretty straightforward. Arena is a piece of cake because it's water season, so going back up to tier 21 easily. And arena assaults, another decent week, nothing too special. Actually, it was a one and done week, so I only had to do one run. Didn't even need to re-roll, which was pretty cool. Saved quite a bit of time there. But the one thing I want to mention here, because Light Major in Mjolnir Strike is so ridiculous. So normally, historically, the cutoffs to stay in tier 21 during Light Major has typically been, it used to be 848 many months ago, but it was a stable 850. And then a couple of Light Majors before this one, 850 was like staying in by like the absolute brink, which is right at the cusp of dropping. And now we're at the point where 852 is at the brink of just below the brink of staying. Feels bad, but that's how it is. Probably most likely because Freya is a thing now. That would be my guess. I highly doubt people merge Triandra enough to use her during Light Major. Something happened for it to make the cutoff go from 850 to 854. That's a very non-trivial jump, but I'm pretty sure it's likely because of Freya and Triandra. So that's a feels bad. The cycle's broke, but now we'll move on. We're not gonna. The cycle's gonna be really broken, so we're gonna go back to alternating between tier 21 and tier 20, which is a whatever, because at the end of the day, it's like 2 less trait fruits, 20 less codes. It's a very negligible amount of stuff. The main thing here is losing the 10 infantry dragon flowers, but well, what can I do? I technically can bump my score up to 854, but I don't think it's worth the investment. Just because, theoretically in December, we should, if I get lucky enough, I should actually be able to get enough score to actually straight up stay in tier 21 every season, even if the cutoffs are this high to stay in. But anyways, enough rambling. We'll be back when the results drop in. Alright, here we go. And it's finally the end of all the water seasons. Feels bad. It's still Earth season though, so we still have to try an arena assault cap. Yep, wait, it's Panic Matter bonus? I was looking at the wrong bonus then. Alright, well yeah. I kinda expect to get steamrolled. Oops. We're using Legendary Julia again. We'll see what the heck happens. I imagine we're just gonna get steamrolled. But in the rare chance we don't, we can troll some folks. Trying out Distant Counter and Duma again, since it seems like defense res solo never really comes in clutch. Might as well try and spook people with Distant Counter, am I right? And we're running attack res oath so we can get our attack and res debuffed. It's gonna be great. Yeah. And on offense, we're going to just suffer with trying to use Legendary Julia on offense like we usually do when it's Earth season. So that will be totally fun. It's usually a disaster because like through Seer is just everywhere on defense, and there's always infantry pulls, Flashing Blade 4, Luna, Moonbow, you name it. So it can't end well on offense. But, you know, because Naga's bonus will have a plus 160 lift team, maybe we could totally make tier 27 Kappa. I don't know why I clicked on Arena again, but Arena Assault's top 1/8, which is pretty decent, and well, feels bad, man. Oh wait, I gotta do Grand Conquest, what the heck? I just realized. Just collect this for the meanwhile. Yeah, Grand Conquest is not going too well. First round we got top 3, second round we can only get top 10 because too many people use 0 Havoc axes or whatever the heck they call them. No, Havoc axes for Roker Sieges. I don't remember what these are called. Conquest Lances. Gosh dang. Too many people saved them up in my particular world round 2, so I had no chance for top 3, so I only went top 10. Looks like we're gonna end up top 10 again, which is fine. But yeah, feels bad. It's pretty ridiculous. 854. I should probably like actually tabulate the cutoffs to keep track of it, but yeah, and it's crazy how it spiked up 4 points, I believe, in one season. So I'm pretty sure last time 850 was like right at the border. It was just like, if you could, it was pretty spoopy for anyone who was at 850. But I'm pretty sure it stayed in by like the last couple of ranks or something. So yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.